Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Joy of Pro Wrestling Network. I'm your host, Mark Ross, and today we are discussing WWE's Royal Rumble 2023. This event was held in San Antonio, Texas at the Alamo Dome in front of 51,338 fans. Very big, very loud crowd tonight for the Royal Rumble here in San Antonio, Texas. We start out tonight's Royal Rumble event right off the bat with a 30-man Royal Rumble match. Gunther comes out at number 1 and Sheamus at 2. And Gunther actually ends up setting the record for most minutes in a Royal Rumble match. Throughout this match, he lasts over 72 minutes, breaking the previous record of Rey Mysterio Jr. when he won back in 2006, when he went over, I think, 62 or 63 minutes, setting the previous record that Flair held in 92 when he won the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. So we kick it off with Gunther and Sheamus in the match. This Royal Rumble here was very hard-hitting. We had all the heavyweights all in a row. I'd give it up for this match as being one of the better WrestleMania matches. Like I said, a lot of heavy hitters in this match. Sheamus, Gunther, Drew McIntyre came in early. Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, Omos. Everybody you'd expect to be in there was in there, and they were really duking it out for a long time. The last 4 in this year's Royal Rumble match was Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Gunther, and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes in at number 30. Cody coming back from his pectoral injury and hasn't wrestled since Hell in a Cell last year of 2022. There's a scar where there once was a bruise now. Cody comes in fired up, and him and Gunther are the last 2, so it's number 1 and number 30 battling it out for the winner of the Royal Rumble. And Cody was able to throw Gunther over the top to win the 2023 Royal Rumble. I think, as everybody kind of expected, he was kind of the number 1 pick. Besides Sami Zayn was the other pick, which he wasn't even in this Royal Rumble, but he will show up in the main event. Roman told him, you're going to be at my hip all night long. So he wasn't even in the Royal Rumble match, and it wasn't surprising that Cody won. It was kind of obvious, but in a good way. I don't think anybody was upset. I think everybody would like to see him go after that title that he wants, the WWE Championship, against Roman, especially after what Roman pulls at the end of tonight. There's a lot of heat on Roman coming out of this year's Royal Rumble after, you'll see, but Cody's coming for that belt, and I think it could happen at WrestleMania. The story's, too good not to happen. And with the events that unfold with the Bloodline later, you might see now we're seeing some cracks inside the Bloodline. But Cody wins and is your 2023 Royal Rumble winner. And it looks like he will be going for that WWE Championship at WrestleMania. We'll see if they split up the titles and have the titles defended each night. But I can almost guarantee Cody's going for that WWE Championship. So, next match after the men's Royal Rumble match, we have the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt. And this match, I was wondering how they were going to play this one out, if this was going to be in the dark somehow. But it turned out to be like a neon lighted cosmic bowling match that they had. Kind of reminded me of just like NXT if they turned the lights out, is kind of what it looked like to me. But they had a rather quick match. I don't even think it lasted 8 or 10 minutes long. And then they were fighting on the outside. Of course, Bray Wyatt got the Sister Abigail and he got the win over LA Knight. And then they started fighting on the outside, and LA Knight was basically fighting for his life, trying to get away from him as best as he could. And Bray kept coming at him and ended up putting the mandible claw on him to incapacitate him and put him down, while Uncle Howdy appears on the top of a platform and then jumps off the platform with like a diving elbow drop onto LA Knight, and then the stage explodes where LA Knight is, and then Bray and the rest of the Firefly Funhouse family are all on the platform, and they're standing over looking at what they just done. Very memorable event or a moment here for the Royal Rumble. Not much to say about the match, really. It was just it wasn't. I thought the match was going to be a little bit more violent, but most of the violence took place after the match, and it was pretty quick and to the point. So I can't complain too much about it. It was a good moment in Royal Rumble history that we'll probably remember for a long time here. And this feud really gets over LA Knight. LA Knight's been waiting for his moment, his big WWE break, and he's really getting it through Bray Wyatt here. This story's been told out very slow, and they've really taken their time on it, which you've been able to get acquainted with LA Knight. We've all missed Bray Wyatt, but that's what the point is here, to I think, get Bray or get LA Knight over. He's been a really good heel, and he's getting what he deserves, but you can at least say that he's not really afraid of Bray Wyatt. He keeps coming out, keeps coming back for more. So we'll see what happens here and what's left and what's to come of this feud here between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. We'll see if LA Knight is done or if he wants some more Bray Wyatt, but this could just be the beginning. We'll have to wait and see. And the next match is for the Raw Women's Championship. We have the challenger Alexa Bliss going up against the champion Bianca Belair. This match was kind of a no-brainer. It's obvious Bianca Belair, she wins by pinfall and retains her championship. But at the end of the match, Alexa Bliss was being haunted once again by Bray Wyatt, the spirit of Uncle Howdy. There's a history there going on between Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss, and what I see evolving may be some kind of love story even between Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt. She's connected with, she was possessed by the Fiend and whatnot, and no telling what we could see later on. The possibilities are endless with that story. It's probably what we'll move on to next after the LA Knight story concludes. But a lot of different angles you could take with the Alexa Bliss Bray Wyatt connection. So it'll be interesting in the next few weeks to see if that leads to anything, or going up into WrestleMania. Next, we have the Women's Royal Rumble match. This match I didn't keep statistics for, but this match saw the return of Nia Jax at number 30. And so that was kind of a highlight of the match. Michelle McCool was in the match as a surprise entrant. But the last three participants were Asuka, Rhea, and Liv. And like I said, Rhea and Liv started the match out together. But Rhea Ripley wins the Women's Royal Rumble as she throws Liv over the top there. They were both fighting on the apron, and she was able to get Liv over with the Hurricane Rana type maneuver to win the Royal Rumble for the women here. So it'll be interesting to see who she'll pick to go up against at WrestleMania. Either matchup would be interesting, you know, her against Bianca or her against Charlotte. So they probably picked the right person to win this Women's Royal Rumble. It was who I expected them to go with. And I believe everybody else expected Rhea to win this too. Now for the main event for the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship. We have the challenger Kevin Owens going up against the champion Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns goes into this match being the Universal Champion for a total of 881 days. So a lot riding on the line here for the Bloodline and for the streak to remain intact. There's a lot of story going on here with SAMI and where his allegiance is with the Bloodline. And Roman keeps pushing him and still questions his loyalty to the Bloodline. He told SAMI before this match that this would be his final test at the Royal Rumble to see if he's the Bloodline or not. So the match starts with Roman taunting and he's taunting Kevin Owens, and he's telling SAMI, you know, that's how you do it. We got to teach him a lesson. The first part of the match has Roman dictating the pace with the merciless offense. Owens fights back and clotheslines Reigns to the outside and hits a frog splash off of the apron and quickly throws Roman back into the ring. He then hits a second frog splash off the top rope for a near fall. Reigns is showing his first signs of trouble, his first signs of worry and doubt, and the Bloodline camp starts to worry. Owens goes for a super kick, but Roman blocks it and hits a powerbomb for a 2 count. Roman hits a Superman punch for another 2 count. And then the Bloodline camp looks really worried as we are headed towards the final moments of the match. They fight to the top rope. Owens misses a springboard moonsault, which he pretty much botched and fell off the rope. He tries again with another moonsault from the second rope and misses. This allows Roman to hit a spear for another near fall. The fight continues as KO hits a pop-up powerbomb, but the ref is out. He's nowhere to be found as the crowd counts to about an 8 count. So at this point, you know, Kevin Owens should probably be champion if the ref was in the ring. Then, you know, with the ref outside of the ring, you know, knocked out, Roman he hits a low blow. He then tells SAMI to get him a chair, and there's hesitation by SAMI. But SAMI does what the tribal chief asks of him, and he gives him a chair. But the hesitation allows Kevin Owens to hit a stunner for another near fall. Roman's kicked out of the count at a 2. SAMI's relieved. The fight continues, and Roman hits another Superman punch and then another spear for another 2 fall. And Roman is starting to worry at this point because he just can't put Owens down. Owens rows out to the outside of the ring, and SAMI's telling him, just stay down. What's your problem, you know? Just stay down. You're making it worse. Roman then comes running around the side of the ring and hits a devastating spear on Kevin Owens through the barricade. He then bashes Kevin Owens' skull into the steel steps. The back of his head, he did it twice to him. And then Heyman tells SAMI to acknowledge his tribal chief, and he really doesn't want to, but he does anyway. He puts the finger up. Roman hits another spear on KO, and it's finally over. The match went 20 minutes, so 20 minutes of brutality but we're not done yet. The rest of the Bloodline now enter the ring, and then the Bloodline begin to beat up Kevin Owens to a pulp, and then they handcuff him to the rope. The Usos then begin to have a super kick party all over Kevin Owens' face. Sami begins to beg Roman to stop the beating, but then Roman begins to tell him, we've gone too far now to stop here. We've got to take this guy out. If you want to be a part of the Bloodline, you'll do this. Improve your loyalty, or you can go back to doing jackass shit, is what he told him. He then gives him a chair to hit Kevin Owens with, and the crowd is just going nuts. They want him to hit Roman so bad with the chair. There's a couple moments where Roman turns around and he's got the chair getting ready to do it. But he finally hits Roman with the chair instead of Kevin Owens, and there was such a loud pop. I don't believe I've ever heard such a loud pop in wrestling since at the 2023 Royal Rumble. Very loud pop when he hits the chair shot, and then it stuns the Usos, and Jay's standing there, how could you do this, and then he gets super kicked, and they begin to beat the shit out of him, and Jay Uso can't have a part of it. He leaves the ring. He doesn't want any part of it. He's just sickened. And then, of course, the beating for Sami Zayn comes, and Jey Uso jumps out of the ring. He don't want any part of it, and he's torn. And so we don't really know what's going on with Jey Uso, if he's leaving the Bloodline or not, or they're going to talk him into coming back. It's just, some emotions he was going through, or I don't know where we go from here. But, Jey Uso, he was manipulated also by Roman through all of this, way before this Sami Zayn stuff even started. So it's going to be an interesting road from here on to WrestleMania here. They've done a great job telling this story here, just in case the backup, everybody fabricated in their heads that The Rock would probably be at WrestleMania, which there, could be still a chance, but I don't see it happening. And this is a great plan to have this unfolding here. And we'll see if, they make Roman defend both the titles, both nights, or a title in each night at WrestleMania. Maybe Sami will go after one. I'm sure Cody, now that he's won the Royal Rumble, will want to go after that WWE Championship. And maybe they will split the world titles up again. All in all, a great Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble match itself was a hard-hitting match. It was great to see Cody come back all healthy and win. Gunther had a great showing. He looked good coming in at number one. He lasted, he broke the record for all-time minutes in a single traditional Royal Rumble match, 30-man Royal Rumble match. He lasted over 71 minutes, breaking Rey Mysterio's previous record. I think he was in the ring over 62 or 63 minutes when he won in 2006. But decent women's Royal Rumble match. Rhea, I think the right person came out on top there. Bianca retains. Can't say much about the pitch black match. It was what it was, but I don't think we'll forget the moment that they gave us between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt at this year's Royal Rumble. So good Royal Rumble. Good way to start out the pay-per-view year of 2023 for WWE. And thank you for tuning in, and thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying this long. If you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. If you could give me a thumbs up, a like, and maybe a share. Please subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you on the next one. which I think will be AEW's Revolution. Maybe have something before that, but we'll see. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.